Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Although I'm always excited to be diving into this show with you guys, I am so relieved to be sitting in this chair today because it has been day after day of tornado warnings and taking shelter. And I thought, what is more brutal and unpredictable than Oklahoma weather? And it's this show. So I'm so ready to get lost in it. Before I get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn your post notification bell. And if you want the full length watch along, the link for Patreon, it's going to be right down the description. For now, let's dive into Season 3, Episode 3, titled Walk of Punishment. Dang, one shot. It's such an interesting burial practice, but I can't imagine the embarrassment of not hitting the boat.
If I may, nephew, I encountered a situation with one of my lieutenants which may have some bearing upon you.
Shut your mouth about that damn Mel. And don't call him nephew. He's your king. I'm not your king. Wanders around like a victory flag.
My blunder.
So those two don't like each other.
Win this war if he's the only one winning any battles. Go around.
It's not about glory.
It's never been about glory for Rob.
Our instructions were to wait for him to come to you.
I seized an opportunity.
What value was the mill?
We took the fight to him. He could not withstand us.
Into our country where we could surround him and kill him. A mad dog without a strategic thought in his head. I could have that head on a spike by now.
And you messed it up.
Instead, I have a mill.
We took hostages. Willem Lannister, Martin Lannister.
Willem and Martin Lannister are 14 years old.
Martin is 15, I believe.
Tywin Lannister has my sisters. Have I sued for peace? Do you think he'll sue for peace because we have his father's...
Dang. If I haven't done anything like that for my sisters, why would he do this for someone that's blood but separated down the line?
Need our men more than Tywin needs his!
Sorry, I didn't know.
You would have. It's gathering if you had been patient. You know who isn't? Tywin Lannister.
What a bunch right there. I feel like we haven't seen them all together in a minute. What a bunch. The Wicked Witch? Sent a message, didn't she? Without saying a word. She's so good at sending messages. I love that he's just dragging his too. With no rush. He said, you send a message to this, I can too. He said, I'll sit at the other head of the table.
Spies and informants and the rest of the world combined. Notion of where he is.
We are trying, my lord.
What do we have then?
Robb Stark and most of his bannermen, Lord Hostertally, Roose Bolt. Practice, if not in name.
Well, let him have it. Harren Hall will make a worthy suitor for the widow Arryn.
Lady Arryn and I have known each other since we were children. Positively predisposed.
Successful
He just
courtship.
creeps me out more and more the more the seasons go on.
Titles do seem to breed titles.
And bring Lysa Arryn into the fold.
But Lord Baelish's absence would present a certain problem. May end up being the most expensive event in living memory. Summer has ended. Hard days lie ahead.
Fully agreed. Which is why I'm naming you new Master of Coin.
Master of Coin.
Another new job.
I'm quite good at spending money, but a lifetime of outrageous wealth hasn't taught me much about management.
Here, here.
He lifted her high in the air.
He did not want that duty.
Smelled her there, she kicked and wailed, a maid so fair, but he there to hear from here to there, all black and
They're always singing.
Hope you're pleased. If you'd armed me, they never would have taken it. I was in chains, if you recall. A little match would have...
He got them both.
What a brilliant swordsman. He was slower than I expected, and more predictable. I'm a woman. I was still beating you. Maybe you were as good as people said.
Taking a shot at his ego.
Maybe people just love to overpraise a famous name.
When we make camp tonight, you'll be brave more than once. None of these fellows ever been with a noble woman. You'd be wise not to resist.
Would I?
I don't think you care about your teeth. If you fight them, they will kill you. Do you understand? I'm the prisoner of value, not you.
He said they have no use for you. Like, they don't have to keep you alive.
If you were a woman, you wouldn't resist. You'd let them do what they wanted.
If I was a woman, I'd make them kill me. Thank the gods.
So the people they're with are that brutal that they know that that's what's going to happen tonight just because she's a woman.
Keep the arrows out of my heart.
Why are you helping him? He takes us prisoner, and now he's our friend.
These woods aren't safe for Ned Stark's daughter. You're lucky we found you.
What are you going to do?
Ever met? Coward's weapon. Fight up close.
You remember the last time you were here?
Watch your head. Up we go! Walk up!
We're about to leave.
I'm staying.
What?
You're what? I baked some brown bread for the innkeep. Payment for all the free meals she's given him. My brother ain't no king. I'm not Stark of Winterfell.
Winterfell.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Oh, I made you something.
Oh, it's in the shape of a wolf?
What is it?
It's a wolf. Yes, it is.
That's so thoughtful.
Yeah. Be safe. Yeah, you too.
You know, I didn't expect him to make it the whole way through with them. I think this is a good landing spot for him for a minute. More safe.
Goodbye, Hot Pie.
Goodbye, Harry.
Poor boy, though, still didn't even have a choice in that decision, even though it might be better than him being on the move with them. He said she took him as payment.
Hey, Hot Pie! It's really good!
Remember how those two started, though? It's sweet how that kind of finished for them.
We're at war.
Even in war's darkest day, absolutely nothing.
I've missed you, Uncle. Father missed you too. Maybe he never said it in so many words.
Maybe he was a stubborn old ox. Didn't think death had the patience.
I'm glad you were with him. I wish to the gods I had been. Did you make peace?
After 30 years of fighting, I don't think he remembered what started it. Stopped calling myself Blackfish. And it was never funny to begin with. Long they don't remember my real name.
Every time he would leave for the capital or fight, wait for me, little cat. Wait for me, and I'll come back.
I'm glad to kind of see where she came from.
Every day when the sun came up, waiting. I wonder, how many times did Bran or Rickon stare across the moors of Winterfell, waiting for me to return?
And she can relate to that feeling.
Never again.
We don't know the truth.
Do you know how much guilt she probably feels? Especially not knowing. And how will she know?
Leaves her alive. Must remain strong for him.
Yeah, you're already in the situation. Can't shut down now.
Stark's wife.
Hold still.
Is it true what they say about him?
I don't know. What do they say?
That he can turn into a wolf at night.
True.
The flesh of his enemies.
You're a Lannister, aren't you?
Martin Lannister.
Martin Lannister.
Oh, these are the two boys they were speaking about.
It's only horses, no men. There was.
How many men were here? And you know what those men are now. All the same, meat for their arm.
And the pattern they created.
Anyone got away?
Not impossible. Go far betting again.
So 300 men turned to White Walkers.
Took a big gamble coming north. Best fighting men are dead. A blue-eyed corpse. Tormund, climb the wall. Take Orell and 20 good men. Knows Castle Black's defense is better than any of us. If he's useful, good. If not, throw him off the wall.
And it's that dire.
Aye. Hide near Castle Black.
They're the only ones who really know what they're fighting against, too. Everybody else is preoccupied.
We'll meet again.
Aye, if you do your job.
I always see your signal.
When it's time, I'm going to light the biggest fire the North has ever seen.
Kind of dig him. It's tough. He don't play.
Ghost?
Frozen crows, Smaller flock than you went north with. We can talk inside.
Yeah, y'all need to talk.
Can we? Keep your eyes
Just
where they
watching them
belong.
like that.
Let you feed that pig better than you. Pig's got value to me. You should all be kissing my feet for letting you in. I'd have turned you all away if I wasn't a godly man.
He's not a godly man.
But no fear of what's out there. The only ones left will be those. The real gods.
There's always a battle of the old gods, new gods, and he thinks that the only way that you can be safe from the White Walkers is being with the right god.
That sow right there gave birth to a litter of barely a grunt. Almost as fat as this one here. Why don't you dine on him? Carve off what you need as you go. Well, look at him. He's a walking feast.
I wouldn't want to be told that when winter is coming. Didn't they say last winter they started to eat people too to survive? There's not one single quality about that man that's likable.
Hey there. One more push should do it.
What is it? What is it?
Oh, you know she doesn't want it to be a boy. Oh, it's a boy. That's horrible.
Keep quiet.
He looks horrible. But he has been tortured. He probably feels like he's dying at this point.
Can't ride. We don't stand a chance. Sure.
Ride east. Follow the rising sun.
I cannot believe he makes it out of here, out of this.
In the Iron Islands. Go.
My enemies think they've destroyed me. They're laughing at me. The way Renly laughed at me. I want Joffrey dead. I want Robb Stark dead. Make me another son.
I cannot. You don't have the strength. It would kill you.
I'm not so easily killed.
He wants another demon baby to go and kill somebody.
I want you.
She's kind of cold to him right now. It's like a pity look.
Your fires burn low, my king. There is another way, a better way.
You told me your magic requires a king's blood.
But there are others with your blood in their veins. You will sit on the Iron Throne. But first there must be sacrifices. The Lord of Light demands it.
And she moves with the Lord of Light. And what does she mean by, like, it needs a king's blood, but there's more people with your blood?
Is a warning, Your Grace.
To who?
For any slave who contemplates doing whatever these slaves did.
The Walk of Punishment, the title.
Khaleesi, this man has been sentenced to death.
She's gonna give his man sentenced to death water.
Leave this place, Your Grace. Leave tonight, I beg you.
What is she
That's the man
We can find sellswords in Pentos and
that was relieved of his position, like, what, first season?
Are not men. They do not rake the sword unless they're ordered to do so. The only men they'll kill are those you want dead.
When your brother Rhaegar led his army into Battle of the Trident, not because they've been bought at a slaver's auction.
Two different, varying opinions right here. He's saying...
Rhaegar fought valiantly, Rhaegar fought nobly, and Rhaegar died.
Checkmate.
Barristan.
I did, Your Grace. Finest man I ever met.
She was not the last dragon.
She is. So one says, take this army right here. They know to do one thing, which is what you tell them to do. They'll go do it. And the other one is saying, you want people to want to fight for you. Not because they've been trained. He's hateful.
1,000 unsullied in Astapor. And the ones still in training as well.
All of them.
Because Master Krasner's is generous. The gold you have left is worth 10. The Dothraki you have with you. The Dothraki you have are not worth what they cost to feed.
Oh, this is not very many.
You propose to pay for the remaining 877 unsullied.
That's not even close to the number she
I have
asked
dragons. I'll give you one.
Why would she do that?
In the throne with dragons, not slaves, Your Grace.
Why is she doing that? This is so out of sorts. Like, that doesn't make sense. 'Cause A, she loves these dragons. She's their mother. B, why give it to such an unpleasant man?
They want... I'll take you as well. Token of a bargain well struck.
It's like she looks like she knows what she's doing, but it doesn't sound like any of this is gonna make sense.
Any army. Aegon Targaryen proved that.
Why?
You're both here to advise me. Question me in front of strangers again. You'll be advising someone else. Is that understood?
I mean, love you putting your foot down, but I'm with them. Why?
No, Your Grace. You belong to me now. It is your duty to tell me the truth. Grace, lying is a great offence. Punishment were taken there for less. Punishment, do you know what he said to me? There are no masters in the grave, Your Grace.
Oh. Death is better than living the life of a slave.
All questions have been taken from them. Once they are yours, they are yours.
So mindless killing machines.
Swords, if you command it. You know that I'm taking you to war. You may fall sick. You may be killed. Valar Morghulis. All men must die.
Valar.
But we are
She
not
said it so
men.
beautifully. Okay, all men must die, but we are not men. That's a line that she delivered so boldly.
If only. I owe you a significant debt. You secured her release when the Queen detained her. Believed that you two had some sort of...
I did once.
I know. But how would the Queen get that idea?
Why don't you ask her?
Don't give him any information. Anything close to information. Keep your cards close to your chest.
If I had a gold dragon for every time I heard that joke.
Well, you are richer than I am. But once you understand that, it's trivial, even.
I've tried quite a few. I finally found a suitable reward for the services. Tell me, Pod, have you ever been with a woman?
Oh, my lord.
Is this how he's gonna pay him back?
Specializes in first timers. She's not bad with second timers either.
This is like his go-to gift.
Fair enough. Spear through my would-be killer's face, wouldn't you say? As it happens, quite the spear handler herself.
He called her a spirit handler.
He rubs his hands together and, worse, he's borrowing it. Can't afford to pay it back. That's what's wrong with it. Crown owes millions to my father.
I imagine he'll forgive that debt.
Yeah.
Forgive a debt. For a man of the world, you're strangely naive.
He said, I'm gonna make him pay it back.
And after an agreed-upon period of time, with interest.
And what if I don't?
Well, you have to. This is why I don't lend you money. It's the Iron Bank of Bravos. We owe them tens of millions.
Oh my gosh, they're in debt.
Fund our enemies. They always get their gold back. Ah, the return of the conquering hero. Does he have a little drop in his step?
The lad's practically skipping.
Your money's worth, or should I say my money's worth? Oh, it was a gift, Podrick. More than I give you in a year. Oh, then it's much more than I give you in a year.
I wouldn't take it, my lord.
Why?
Curry some favour with the new master of...
They were happy enough to take it when I gave it to them.
I didn't tell them anything.
What did you do to them?
Why do you not have to pay them?
Do you like these things?
Yes, my lord.
Seem to like it. Only they weren't paid.
They weren't paid.
So much, they gave him the time for free.
That ain't never happened for y'all. Okay, young buck. They're mad. Y'all know how much they both frequent those places and they always pay. So tell us what you know. Oh. Okay, a little to the right next time. Is that what is that called? A mace when they have that ball? Yeah, I would never want somebody to roll up on me with one of those. That's intimidating. Got him. Oh, shoot. You know that hurt. You know how bad that hurt.
You know how we deal with runaways here, do you?
They got him. It's the same people. They called him a runaway.
Take off his pants.
No.
I'm gonna.
No.
Whoever that is a much better shot than you guys. Theon, you got lucky. Who saved your tail this time?
You little bastard.
Theon just keeps getting saved.
Wanted me to deliver Sir Jaime to King's Landing.
I'll just swear to take the Kingslayer alive now.
She's gonna fight back. And she's not even gonna get all this happening. Jaime's not even gonna get there for the return of her daughters. This wasn't well thought out by Lady Stark.
Guess where?
My father's Lord Selwyn. They call it the Sapphire Isle. You know why? Sapphires are gemstones. Lord Selwyn would pay his daughter's weight in sapphire.
He's trying his best. He's actually trying to save her. He's saying she is worth something.
For honor unbesmirched.
Is it gonna work?
Bring her back here.
It worked. Okay, Jaime, with just a little bit, just teensy tiny bit of redemption. Thank you. Thank you. Never said thank you to Jaime before.
Not defiled.
Fancy word for a fancy man. I hated to read as a child.
She put up a fight long enough to make it, though, didn't she?
Sword or horse.
4 hours.
He'd pay your weight in gold to get you back.
You'll be a rich man till the end of your day. Your sons will be rich men, and their sons after.
If you take me to my dad, he'll pay you.
Fighting bravely for a losing cause is fighting for a winning cause.
Hard to argue with that.
So would you rather be admirable or rich?
Speaking together man to man. I'm not asking to be freed from my constraints, but...
Jaime knows his way out of situations. I don't know if... He really does. All of the Lannisters kind of do.
None of us are. Unchanged to Jaime from the tree.
He really got what he needed.
Suppose you'll be wanting some...
Jaime's a bit dangerous, though. I think keeping him in cuffs is smart for anyone who wants to hold him hostage.
Spare partridge on the fire.
He smooth-talked him.
Bring the bird over here. Carving knife. Will this work as a table, my lord? I must stop.
What?
You think you're the smartest man there is.
So it didn't work. It didn't work, obviously.
Life has to bow and scrape and lick. And if you get in any trouble, all you've got
my father. Oh, somebody's giving him a reality check.
Have you got something to say? Oh, you don't want to say the wrong nothing, lad. Your daddy ain't here.
Said you can't name drop over here and it means anything.
Yeah, this should help you remember.
Shoot! I was not prepared for that. How is he going to be such a skilled fighter without his hair? I'm processing that. Okay, but how is Jaime, the Kingslayer, going to be such a skilled fighter without his hand? I thought that Jaime had made it out of that by the skin of his teeth. He's like, okay, stop talking your talk. That's not going to work here. Your daddy's not going to save you here. Your name's not going to save you here. You're entitled. I didn't think he was going to cut off his hand. Jaime should have stayed chained to that tree. Jaime should have stayed chained to that tree. And you know what? The most interesting part of this episode, I feel like, was the shortest part of this episode, which was where we saw the horses in the pattern, right? We saw that they had cut them off. They killed 300 men. That's major. So when is that part of the story going to come into play more? And a dragon for an army. I'm hoping that there's some way that she's really not actually gonna do that, because I don't understand. And I'm sure it'll unfold, but at this point on episode 3, I don't understand why she would do that. All right, guys, I'll see you guys in episode 4. For now, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your post notification bell. And if you want the full-length watch along, the link for Patreon, it's going to be right down in the description. But for now, let's go out in this world. Let's spread light. Let's spread love. And if we can, let's make somebody smile. Bye, you guys.